Hello, my friends. Hello. Do you know what? I am so happy to be here and for all of this to be working. And I know that it's going to work today because I have made sure that it is going to work today. So, guys, hello and welcome back. Welcome back to the lives. I am so sorry about last week. That was just something else. Well, how is everyone doing? Hello, Midnight Blue. Hello, lovely young man. Stephen, it's going to be working from now on. I know. Last week, oh my goodness. Do you know how much sweat and tears were shed last week? I'm really, really sorry. But do you know what? I know what's happened, and it wasn't my internet connection. I'll tell you what it was, guys. Okay, so my laptop. My laptop. I bought this probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And this is what I used to edit all the videos on for YouTube. And the processor and the graphics card has had enough, basically. So it couldn't cope with the streaming. And yeah, that's basically what happened. So it was basically dying on me. So I need to basically get a new computer. That's what I need to do. Thank you, Oxford. Thank you so much. Thank you, Midnight Blue. Hello, Zori. And Malika. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, Mercury retrograde. Thank you, Charlotte. It's my favorite color, actually. I don't know why. It just suits me. That and navy blue. So yeah, so that computer is literally had its day. I should really frisbee it out the window. How is everyone doing? So we have got this sorted. It's okay. Like, I'm also not touching the mic as well. So the wire and the sound should be working. So where are you guys all from? This is just so cool. I'm here in the UK, so we've been having a heat wave last week. Not going to be talking about the weather, but just saying we were having this mad heat wave, which I absolutely. Oh yes, I got a new lamp there and some flowers. Oh, that's so good. I'm so pleased. I needed to get this sorted. Honestly, I did cry. I did cry about this, and I thought, right, it's not working. I've got to sort this. I'm not going out like this. I am not going out like this. So this is why. Hello. So you got Nina's from London, my neck of the woods, all the London massive. Whoop, whoop. Italy, we've got Malika, Denmark, Lexington, Kentucky, Virginia, we've got California. Yes, do you know, Midnight Blue, I have actually been to California, but a really, really long time ago. I really loved California. Tarula from Greece, whoop, whoop. And we've got Ray from Pennsylvania, North Yorkshire, sat in a boat in the Hebrides, west of, oh my God, are you really? That's so cool. Yeah, I know. Do you know what? That is so true. You guys do notice everything. I'm just like, the littlest of things. I am so grateful for you guys. No, this is the old microphone, Scott, but it's, I'm not touching it. That's why. I've got a stand for it. Scotland, Greece. We've got more Greece in the house. Pakistan. Oh wow, you're all the way from Pakistan. Louisiana, West London. Hello, Zoe. I went to uni in West London. California, New York. We've got Ireland in the house. We've got Manchester in the house. Oh my gosh, so you guys are literally from all over the world. This is what I mean. I'm so grateful to all of you being here. So today we've got a corker of a subject, haven't we? Sex and the Narcissist. We've got Alabama in the house. Yeah, so today, sex and the Narcissist. This is a bit of a weird one, isn't it, my friends? And I know I've covered this quite a lot over on this channel, but this is something that actually, hello, Dill. You did make it. Hello, big shout out to Dill. I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you, Zoe. Hello from Kent, Victor. So, yeah, so today we're talking about intimacy and the narcissist. Like, do you know what, Charlotte? Like, so many people say that. I don't even know who she is. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so this is one of the most kind of strangest phenomenons that does exist, but there's a reason why they do actually do this. And we're going to be talking about this here in this live stream and the chat, of course. But, you know, it's a phenomenon that actually, once we explain it, once you kind of understand what's going on, you'll be able to heal from it and be able to understand why actually they do this. There's so many of you here. I can't see, all I can see is the chat, but if you are here, please do hit the like button. We want to help as many people out there, and this helps with the algorithm, so please do hit the like button. Oh, really, Midnight Blue? Was he really? I want to mention a little bit about the porn side of things as well in the live stream, because I've also, like, talking with clients and things like that a lot of them are actually addicted to porn, and there is a reason for that as well. So thank you so much to all of you doing the poll. So obviously, as the results are in, we can see that I think is that 83% of you have actually experienced the narcissist withholding sex from you. Now, this is a really hurtful thing when somebody does that, because really, if we look at it, like, what actually is sex between two people? What is it? It's an intimate moment where two people share this. Okay, that's really actually what it is. It's supposed to be an expression of love, expression of how attracted you are to that person, how you feel about that person, but also, you know, if it's used in a healthy way, it's all about connection. Yes, that word, my friends, connection. It's all about that, really, if you think about it. And when you get into these toxic dynamics, when you meet a narcissist, they withhold it, they use it, don't they? And it's done for manipulation purposes. That's really what I would say that it's done for. It's for manipulation purposes. It can also be used as a form of power as well. If you think about the power dynamics within the bedroom as well. So there's this power play. And this is the recipe of the narcissist, isn't it, really? Like, if you think about it, that is the recipe. That it's all about power. It's all about feeling good. It's all about manipulation. And it's all about them getting what they want. So ultimately, this is all about them gaining. Okay, this isn't about a loving relationship where the two of you can connect and you can bond and you can grow together within this connection. It's not about that. This is more about what they can get from you. That's right. It's weaponization, Charlotte. You are absolutely right. And it's a need. It's a human need. It's not anything bad. Like, it's not anything abnormal that we should want to have sex with our partner or someone that we are with. Yet someone like the narcissist, they really manage to be able to take it and skew its meaning, you know? And so it really hurts us. And it really, do you know what? It really causes us to think a lot about, do you know what? It makes us detach from ourselves because we think that there's something wrong with us, that we have done something that has upset that person. So what we do is we blame ourselves. And how many of you, right? Think about this, guys, okay? How many of you had blamed yourself for this. You couldn't figure out why this person has done this and why they were doing this to you in the first place. And then you thought to yourself, okay, so maybe it's me. Maybe it's something that I need to do. Maybe it's something that I need to change within me. Yes, it's frustration. It's very frustrating and very confusing when somebody does this. And think about how you are feeling. When someone does this to you, think about how you are feeling at that moment. You feel terrible. You feel awful. You feel unwanted. It also triggers some of us actually feeling isolated and abandoned by our own partner. Sorry, trying to maneuver on this chair. Doesn't it? We feel like we're not good enough because that person, that one person that we are wanting this attention, this validation to feel good, they're not doing that for us. They're not making us feel good. They are actually making us doubt ourselves. And think about how that makes you feel, because this is something that's so intimate, but also very vulnerable, isn't it? It's a very vulnerable thing to be able to, be intimate with another person. It's almost like you kind of have to trust that person to be vulnerable, yet they do manage this very well. They manage to manipulate this from us, don't they? Yeah, Sleepy says, I got to the point that I knew I didn't need to be there. Yeah, it's true. It's true. We wonder what they do behind our back. And I will talk about the cheating as well, because I think this is a very important aspect. I'll talk about this in the live. Because a lot of us have actually been cheated on. A lot of us have experienced the someone abandoning us, betraying us. Lovely young man. Do they do this in each relationship? Yes. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll explain this a little bit more, like why they do this. All right, so it's like what I was explaining. In a healthy relationship, sex or intimacy is all about connecting with one another, isn't it? If you really think about it, it's about showing or expressing how much you feel for that person, or how much you are in love with that person, or how much you are sexually attracted, and I'm talking in relationships, not like one night stands. I'm talking about when you're in a relationship with someone. This is all about connection and growing together, right? But when it becomes toxic, this becomes a play of power, okay? This becomes something completely different. And this is the darker side of intimacy. And I will talk about also in a moment why this happens. But if we really look at it, all right, so what the narcissist does is, this is a human need, all right? There's nothing wrong in this. There's nothing wrong in having sex, but it's just the way it's done, the way it makes you feel. Because actually, if we really think about sex, it's more about it's psychological and it's emotional than actually it being physical. It's all of those things, but it's a big percentage of it is it being emotional and psychological. So if we look at sex in those terms, all right, when you withhold something from someone, when someone wants that, okay, that puts that person down. That makes that person feel a certain way. And when you are feeling a certain way, when you are feeling like you are not good enough, when you are feeling detached, when you are feeling like this is your fault, you're malleable, meaning that you are easy to control, because that person has got you like this. Okay, they've got you in the clasp of their hands, all right? So when they have got you like this means that they can manipulate you. You're in fear because you feel like you've done something wrong. You need to change something about you. All right. So then you are put into a fear mindset. So it means like you would do anything to keep this relationship going. You would do anything to keep this person because you don't want to be abandoned by them. You don't want them to leave. So this is why you then becomes submissive, which means, again, you're in a fear-based mentality, which means that you are easier to control. If we think, I'm not going to go into this, but just something for you to think about. Look at, I don't know, back in history, even what's happening now. If you're put into a fear-based mentality, it means that you are malleable. You are easy to manipulate. You will believe anything because all of your resources, remember what happens is the brain becomes flooded. It's a psychological term when it means the brain is overloaded. All right. So you become flooded or overloaded with so many things. Like, for example, you're emotionally triggered. This then feeds into your psyche, thinking that you're not good enough, thinking that maybe you have done something to disappoint that person, which then makes you think, oh, so I need to change something. Being empathetic people, we are very, we're very sensitive to how we make others feel or how others feel about us. And we don't want another person to feel sad. We don't want someone else to feel bad. We want to make this person feel happy with us. So we'll do anything. Ultimately, this is where it stems from. It's like we will do anything so that we don't disappoint, we don't hurt, we don't make somebody else feel. Thank you so much, Pete. Don't repeat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I believe there is a difference between lovemaking and sex. There's a huge difference. You're absolutely right, Pete. Don't repeat. There is a massive difference. And I'm in this sense, I guess I'm talking about when we fall in love with the narcissist, but the narcissist uses us as objects. They objectify us. And you're absolutely right. That's really what sex is. It's like, sorry to be so crude, meat on meat. That's how they see it. So they see you as an object because that's how they relate to people. There's no connection. You see, I'm always talking about this connection, being connected to yourself. Really, that is the healing. That is the healing. But the narcissist is not able to do that. Flynn Cosmo says, intimacy is being seen and known as the person you truly are, Amy Bloom. That's beautiful. Yeah. But you see, this is inverted, Flying Cosmo, isn't it? This is inverted. You're not seen. You are used as an object. There's no connection to you. They don't take anything that you do under any consideration. They don't even consider you. This is more about them and what their needs are, what it is that they want, and whether they're being satisfied. Yeah, this is awful, Midnight Blue. We'll tell you things that you're ugly and fat when you're not, and put strangers on a pedestal. Well, this is done to trigger you and triangulate you. This is disgusting. It's true. It's true. So this is really what is happening, okay? It's not that you have disappointed them. It's not that you have made them feel a certain way. It's them triggering you. It's them making you feel, okay, like you are not good enough, all right? You are not good enough at all, okay? And that's what they want you to realize, is that you are nothing. Okay, so this is why they make you feel this. So when you're withholding something from someone, it means that you are punishing, isn't it? You are punishing. You're at that point where you have taken control of that person, or you've taken control of the situation, and you want to punish them, okay, to teach that person a lesson. Could it be that maybe you had disappointed them? Maybe you didn't do something that you were supposed to do. And this is the punishment, because they know that this is something that you want and need. So this is the only way that you are going to be controlled. This is the only way that they can make sure that their needs are going to be met. Do you remember what I talk about in the videos, guys, where I always say, like, oh, you know, if you're doing what they want you to do, then they will stay. Okay, they will stay. If you're conforming, then this is great. Pete, don't repeat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your second donation. I really, really appreciate that. Sex with a narc is a game of gotcha. You know what? That is so true. You are so right. Honestly, that is exactly that's exactly it. In one word. You know? I know, Alien Woods. I know. But do you know, the thing is, if we understand this in a different way, Okay, if we understand this, this will help us to move forward. And you will realize actually how dysfunctional this whole thing is. And it will help you to understand that what you're dealing with here is someone who is enduring mental health issues. That actually, do you really want to hear from them? Do you really want them back? Signs of the Tarot, hello and thank you. Thank you for all that you do for us, Michelle from Las Vegas. Bless you. Thank you so much. Signs of the Tarot, you are wonderful. Thank you. Paddy, did you hear that? That's my neighbour's dog. There, she's letting them out for their last run of the evening. Alfie is at my parents'. Oxford, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. Just started to have confidence in decision making. Oxford, this is amazing. This is really, really good. I'm so pleased. I see that you got your badge back. I did read your message, so I do apologize, didn't get back to you, but I see that you got your badge back, which I was so happy about because I was thinking, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what to do about that, but I'm glad that it's there. Yeah, so this is amazing that you now are starting to trust yourself. This is you connecting back to yourself. And this is the healing. This is the healing journey. It's connecting to you and really trusting you. Because if you trust you, then you're going to trust your decisions. You're going to trust, you know what, your own thoughts, the way that you know, who you are. You're coming home to yourself. And that is what is important here. You know, my friends, for all of you who are struggling right now, okay, this person, one day you will realize that this person was just an illusion. It wasn't real. It wasn't what you had hoped and dreamed for. It was just a show, just a magic show, an illusion, you know? No, Charlotte, this is not a Sheffield accent. No. I've never actually been to Sheffield. I'm a Londoner. I'm a proper Londoner through and through. Parentification. Yeah. This is true. Medota says, I can't get rid of her. I'm very empathetic. We have these mental chess games. She's cunning and deceiving, but I'm very aware and see her as insecure. How long are you going to play these games, Medota? Do you know, like this is what keeps you stuck. This isn't going to progress anywhere. And this is probably just, you know, keeping you stuck in this. You have to move forward this at some point. Hello, Deborah from Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, are we up to nearly 150 likes? Guys, thank you so much. If you're enjoying this live and you have just joined and you're not on the live chat, that's absolutely fine. I hope you're enjoying this so far. We've got so much more to come. If you haven't pressed the like button, please do. I would really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I need some water. Oh, okay, Charlotte. Right. Okay. I didn't understand. I am a Londoner. I put on my posh voice for the videos in here. Because if I start speaking London, you'll be like, oh my God, Anushka, we don't really understand you. I grew up in North London. Yes. Danny says, why does the narcissist have to watch themselves in the mirror during sex? Or was this just my narc ex? Wow. Isn't that all about the ego? Do you know what? Isn't that what used to happen in that film, The American Psycho? Didn't he do that? It's just, I guess, it's all about ego, isn't it? Sorry, I'm moving again because I'm really uncomfortable. Autumn, that's a really good question. Is there a particular one trait to tell if a person is narcissistic? Yeah, there's a few traits. You listen to the way that they talk. Listen to what they say. And if they bring the attention and the conversation, you know, about them, then that's that. And they also have no understanding, no consideration for another person. I think that's one of the earlier signs to know. Oh, Yang, okay, 20 more. Okay, cool. So, how are we doing for time, my friends? I can't actually see the time. I don't even know what the time is. So you guys are going to have to tell me what the time is. Because we'll be streaming all night. Otherwise. They are liars. Yeah, they are liars. That's right, lovely young man. I love your YouTube handle. That is actually brilliant. Like the guy next door, but he doesn't seem to be on. Most people do, but traits, like personality is something that we all have all of these traits within us. And you've got to look at it like, like the dials of like on a radio, like you've got one that's like the volume, the other one that is like changing the radio station. It just depends. Some of those dials are turned up a lot more than others. That's what I would say. No, Charlotte, I haven't seen Zion. Is he a rapper? Sorry, I don't know. Charlotte, is Zion a rapper? Because I'm not sure. Do you know what, Autumn? No, that's all right. You're very welcome. Do you know what? I always say to people, you will have that feeling. Okay. If you will have a feeling that there's something not right with this person. Okay. So if you're confused if someone is a narcissist, you'll feel it. You'll know that there's something not quite right about this person. And I urge you to trust that. That's your intuition telling you, Autumn, listen to me. Listen to me. The fact that you're asking, I would say, look into this a little bit further. Do you know what I would say? Let him do the talking and you just listen. Okay. Love always. Yes, I do. Yang, would you be able to put the link up, please? All you have to do is just email me. I think the links are in the description box, but also Yang will put them up for you. So if you wanted to, you can contact me that way. Thank you so much, Oxford. Thank you. Thank you. Oxford says, I found a video I took on the Pioneers. I love that word. I love how you call her that. On the Pioneer's birthday over a year ago, an overt malignant narcissist sister was disciplining me. What would never tolerate that now? No, because you know why? Because you see it. You're more aware of what's going on. Thanks, Yang. You are more aware of what's going on. And that is what is important. Thank you so much, Ruth. Bless you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Yeah, so you are aware. Before you weren't. That's why. Peak, don't repeat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your donation. Do you know many of them are swingers, very popular? Yes. Yeah, they are. I think this would be a good time to talk about the porn. Yeah, they are. They are swingers. Okay. Do you know, we did a whole module on this, in psychology in our I think it was in my master's, when I was doing my master's in clinical psychology. There was a whole bit on like psychology of sex. Okay. And sex is all about self-worth, confidence, and self-esteem. Now, this can be skewed, or there could be things where, things go wrong. And so for a narcissist, why swinging is very popular is because you get multiple partners, multiple forms of attention and validation. Think about it. This is like the perfect recipe for them. Okay. The next bit that I'm going to talk about, I need you guys to think or listen to this with an open mind. Okay. This is going to get a bit weird and dark right now. Okay. Oh, Charlotte, is he? I didn't know. I need to check him out. Is he on YouTube? They always seem so irritated about it. Yeah, they do, don't they? They're always irritated about everything. Beautiful Lady MS. Hello, my dear. My narc was sexually molested during childhood. He has a sexual addiction now. Yeah. So it's repeating those behaviors. Exposed to sex way before he was ready. And this will do it. A lot of narcissistic people have had childhood experiences where they've been exposed to sexual activity way before they are meant to. So it's like they have been abused sexually at a very, very young age, way before their time. And it's usually by people who they trust, people who they know, which makes it very difficult because your body responds in a way that you don't want it to, which makes it very challenging and very hard. And on that aspect, I'm not saying all narcissists have had this done to them, but the majority have had. And this predetermines actually issues with mental health later on in their adulthood. Eric oh my God, McNelson, thank you. Sorry, I'm so bad with reading names. Thank you. Thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So when this happens, it does cause disturbances in development, especially for children, especially in adolescence and childhood. And I know what I'm talking about is really dark and really awful. And maybe some of you have had those experiences and you have tried to get through this. It doesn't always mean that you will be predetermined to that path or developing narcissism, but the majority would. It's because you have been betrayed. Your body reacts to this certain activity in a way that you are not prepared and you are not ready. Usually what happens is this person is taught to suppress their emotions, which again is a recipe for the narcissist, because that's what they do. They do suppress their emotions. They suppress who they are in order to be able to please the adult. Okay. And it's really awful. This is really bad what happens. But the thing is, when this happens to a child, this is the most devastating thing, because this child doesn't understand. They're not fully developed psychologically or emotionally to understand what is happening, which is why they retract into themselves. This is trauma. This is high level trauma. I know, Oxford, it's just, I've got a lump in my throat saying this because I feel so strongly about this. I have worked with survivors of sexual abuse who weren't narcissistic at all, but they were survivors of sexual abuse in childhood. And unfortunately, this happens more than we think. Yes, Pete, don't repeat. You're absolutely right. The pink flamingo is their symbol. It is. So many narcissists would have experienced childhood sexual abuse. Not all of them. They definitely would have suffered some sort of trauma, which is predetermined why they are like this. There's emotional trauma. I know, Yang, it's really bad. It's awful. But there are people out there who don't have a heart, who don't understand the implications of actually just that. And he says, mine thinks he had a sexual encounter with his teacher at a young age and still thinks it was a notch on his belt. Because that's all about detachment, isn't it, Annie? It's detaching emotionally. And that's what happens. I think for a lot of people who have survived sexual abuse, it's about detaching from your emotions, detaching from who you actually are. You don't want to feel because you don't feel safe with another person. And that's why this causes narcissism as well. This is why it's so prevalent within like narcissistic individuals. A lot try to suppress these emotions, and a lot of survivors, they don't really want to talk about it because, of course, rightly so. Who can you trust? It's an adult that has betrayed your trust. Thank you so much, Daryl. Thank you for your really, really generous offer. I'm really surprised. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, the boogeyman is real. There's also another aspect that will predetermine you to being a narcissist. And again, I am asking you to look at this with an open mind. We're going to dive deep into the world of psychoanalysis here. Okay. So another reason why somebody would be like this, where they use sex as power, is where I don't know whether you guys have heard of the Oedipus Complex or the Electra Complex. So it's usually within a mother and son dynamic or a father and daughter dynamic. So what happens in these types of dynamics, either the son or the daughter, they develop sexual feelings towards their parents. And it's the parents' fault, because what has happened is it's called a displacement of love. So it means that that parent hasn't taught their child correctly boundaries. There's a lot of enmeshment. There is a lot of emotional coasting that happens in these dynamics. So I'll give you an example. So you've got a mother who relies on her son to meet her emotional needs. That's the mother. And then you've got the son. Okay. Equally, you could have a father and a daughter. So the daughter is there to emotionally meet the father's needs. So can you see how this is damaging? So what happens then is either the daughter falls in love with her father because there's been no boundaries. And at that time, when they are growing into adulthood, they've not been taught what love actually is and been taught appropriate boundaries and dynamics of a family, of how it's supposed to be. And so when this child grows up into adulthood, they also don't understand dynamics. They don't understand what love is. This is why they objectify people, because they can never really understand it. Are any of you familiar with the Oedipal complex? It's a Freudian theory. Oh, does it, Charlotte? The new Nefarious movie addresses these childhood issues. So a lot of this does stem from childhood. So the Oedipus complex is where Oedipus actually fell in love with his mother. So this is in Greek mythology. It's the son that fell in love with his mother and killed his father so that he could be with his mother. Okay, and this is played out in a lot of family dynamics, which means that the son was in love with the mother but couldn't stand it that the father was with the mother. The Electra complex is the other way around. It's where the daughter has fallen in love with her father, and I think she does murder the mother, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that one. I know Oedipus kills his father, but he could never be with his mother. So what he does do is he takes pins or like daggers and he pokes his eyes out. Oedipus Rex, that's it. He does. Yes, you're right. His eyes. He basically says that I don't want to be able to see anybody. I'm not going to love anybody else. I was in love with my own mother, but I don't want to be with anybody else. I wanted her. So into modern day life, if you look at this is a polarization that happens. You see the son falls in love with the mother because the mother has leaned on the son too much emotionally. And so when the father is around, or there's a stepfather, or there is another man, that son is in love with his mother and doesn't want another male figure to be around, which is why he then lashes out or is like this. So in adulthood, for example, you've got the Madonna whore complex. Again, guys, are you familiar with this? The Madonna whore complex, which is very prevalent in toxic or narcissistic families. The Madonna whore complex. I know, Zoe. I know, Daryl. I know. It's a thing. I know. This is why I said, hello, Midnight Blue. I know. This is why I said, look at this with an open mind. I know. This is the dark stuff. Okay. And I'm saying this because it's to help you understand why they are like this. It's detachment. Okay. Ultimately, this is attachment disorder. That's why this is happening. Okay. So the Madonna whore complex. Okay. We all know what a Madonna is. We all know what a whore is. Okay. So the Madonna For those of you who've been in narcissistic relationships, for example, females, you will know if you were a number one supply or person number one. It wasn't always going to be you. There was going to be more. You were always that he was always going to have other sources of supply. So the primary person and the secondary person. The secondary ones are the whores. Okay, the ones where he doesn't attach to them, he doesn't care about them, or doesn't really necessarily want them. He'll never have respect for them, but you know what? He'll desire them sexually. So then the Madonna is the one that is put on the pedestal, that is worshipped. Usually the mother, and possibly you as well. There can be two. Usually the mother is the first one, and then it's you as the secondary one. There will not be more than two. It gets crowded. They don't want, it's too much. Okay? So you will never be a sexual object. You'll never be someone that is desired. Do you see how this all slots in? Why the narcissist withholds sex from you? You're a Madonna. You're not meant to be someone who they have sex with. They've got their whores for that. They've got more than one whore for that. And that's all because that they don't understand love. Okay, love. So they objectify it. They see it as transactional. You're an object. What can you do for me? Yeah? You are someone, okay, that they see as transactional. What can you do for me? And if you don't do that, they'll replace you. This is why they need more than one person sexually, so that they can fill their cup up. But please don't get this confused that they're actually people who enjoy sex. They don't. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, this is just getting so weird. Yeah, it is. Joshua says, what about the female narcissist? Okay, so let's talk a bit about the female narcissist, because actually I feel that female narcissists are more dangerous than male narcissists. What do you guys think? Do you think that is a true statement, that female narcissists are more dangerous or more covert than male narcissists? Put your answers in the chat, guys. I'd love to know what you're thinking. And he says, so what does he get from the Madonna exactly? The mother coddling. Yes, it's the mother. It's the mother they didn't have. It's the mother. They're basically looking for Charlotte. Yeah, exactly, with them as well. Got intermittent reinforcement. Yeah, that's remittent. Yes, it's intermittent reinforcement. Okay, so the female narcissist would have experienced the same thing. Okay, so if we look at this with female, so you've got the father. It's usually to do with the father. It usually could have been cross boundaries again sexually, where the father would have possibly touched or had sex with their daughter. Not necessarily, but it is a thing. So what happens is she then is unable. It's like she wants to take a vengeance on all males. Okay, so with females, it's not necessarily that they have the Madonna whore complex. It's more about that they want to take vengeance on a lot of males, and so they will sleep with a lot of males because it makes them feel good. Does that make sense? They don't necessarily have that one male where they put on a pedestal. It's more about that they have more than one male and they will sleep with them to make them feel good. It's almost as though the female becomes over-sexualized and very promiscuous. She will spend a lot of, not necessarily this is true, but she would be someone who is quite promiscuous, which means she'd be easy to get into bed, I suppose. Someone who pays a lot of attention to herself sexually, her image, the way that she looks, the way that she holds herself, the way that she talks. Does that make sense, guys? 50-50, both are dangerous. Yes. Pete, don't repeat. Yes, it's about power. Women do have more power over men, for sure. Especially within the sorry, but I can't say it, the judicial system as well. Wizard of Oz, yes, they are the worst. Yeah, females. I agree, Oxford. I personally think they are. Charlotte says this is shown in Taylor Swift videos. Yeah. Alien was covered in tattoos. Yes. Both can be, you're right, Midnight Bloom. Both can be violent and covert, but I don't know. I feel like the female narcissists are, yeah. So guys, how are you feeling after that explanation? I know that was a bit dark and weird. I get it. I couldn't get my head around this for months after I read the Madonna Hill Complex, but it's a polarization. Pete, don't repeat. Thank you so much. Bless you. Is that 4 or 5 now? Thank you. Can you feel their sick laugh as they pinky square to keep the secret? They know. They know that what has happened to them is not okay. It's not right, which is why it's kept a secret, which is why they don't talk about it. These are the secrets that they hold. These are the secrets that they keep. They don't want anyone else to know about it. They wanted, to be honest with you, they actually hate their parents, but on the other hand, they're really protective and want to help them. So how does that work? Have you ever noticed that your narcissist would have hated either their mother or father, but yet really loved, really stuck up for them, like go over the top to get their validation? That is what is going on here. It's about that validation. You know, if you've got a male narcissist who's inviting their mother around, you know, think about it. You're trying to like have this relationship with this person, but yeah, my mum's coming round, or my mum's going to come over and she's going to cook, or let's go over to my mum's. You know, it's that constant validation that they're still seeking from their mother. And equally, it could be, you know, from their father as well, a female wanting their father's validation. This is all about attachment disorder. This is what I talk about in the videos. They are so detached. It's because what has happened is, like what I was saying, is this polarization. If you understand it like this, you know, this narcissistic child, you know, in childhood, all right, all they want is their parents' attention. Okay, they just want their parents to love them. They want this unconditional love from their mother and father, but they never get it. They never get it. And what happens is they've got to learn very quickly that they're not accepted the way that they are. They're not good enough. Okay, that's what their parents tell them. That's what their parents do to them. And you see, they still want that attention. They still want the validation from their parents. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to change. You're going to learn that the way that you are is not good enough. So you change. Can you see? So there's this splitting this is the first stage of the splitting. It's almost as though you reject a part of you, that really innocent part of you. You reject yourself. This is done psychologically, subconsciously, so the child is not aware that this is happening. But equally at that time, that child is also having an emotional breakdown. Okay, the child doesn't understand that this is what is happening. Can you see how bad this actually is? And so the child rejects themselves, and then they become a representation of what their parents want them to be, or what they think they want their parents to be. So if you look at this in a narcissistic relationship, think about when the narcissist is mirroring you, when they're love bombing you, when they're telling you how amazing you are and putting you on a pedestal. Yeah, it's the same thing. They are rejecting themselves to become you, to become a representation of what they think you want them to be. So what they're doing is they're repeating these childhood behaviors into adulthood. No one's come along and gone, hey, this is wrong, or this has been done in this way, or there's something wrong. Maybe you need to go to counseling. Maybe you need some professional help or something like that. No one has come. No one said that it's wrong or that this has been done like this. So this narcissist is now an adult, and they're like, okay. Okay. So I'm just going to do what I know best. I'm just going to treat them like they were when they were a kid. I'm just going to repeat childhood patterns because I don't know any different. Can you see how this works? Everything that they have learned in childhood, the way that they are, the way that their parents have brought them up, they're going to repeat into adulthood. This is why you get the love bombing. Oh, you're so amazing. You're so wonderful. Oh, look what a wonderful person you are. I'd love to go out with you. I'd love to be with you. I've never met anyone like you. Why are you so beautiful? Why are you so amazing? So they will tell you things that you want to hear. And this is carried on throughout the relationship, isn't it? Sorry, I'm moving. Sorry. Trying to get comfortable. Yeah? So they're making you fall for their spell. They are making you believe them. But what they're doing is they're telling you lies. Sweet Little Lies. Does anyone remember that song? Don't know, that just came into my mind. I forgot who it's sung by. Anyway. Mine used to talk to herself in the mirror. That's the thing that they do. You know what, Alien Woods? That is a massive thing that they do. They do actually talk to themselves in the mirror. Yes, this is a thing. World of Oz, thank you so much. What do you think about a covert narcissist who has been diagnosed with RAD? Can you help them through it or find a way to shut off from them? Do you know, it's really sad that they have been diagnosed with this. And of course you want to help them because, thank you, Eric Jackson, you're absolutely right, Fleetwood Mac, yes. Of course you want to help them, but thank you, Charlotte, as well. And Paddy, thank you. I do actually like that song. I do like Fleetwood Mac. Anyway, so sorry, yes. I think for you would be the best thing is to detach. And the reason why I say that is, you know, what you're going to be, that person's caregiver. If they're a covert narcissist, then it's not real love. And they're not going to thank you for it. And this relationship has no potential to grow. But of course, I can't tell you what to do. Obviously, I would want you to be happy. And I want you to follow your heart, what it tells you to do. Because ultimately, that's the most important thing, is that you're happy and that you follow your heart. If you feel that the right decision would be to stay, then we're 100% behind you. Okay? However, thank you, World of Oz, thank you. However, this is an attachment disorder. And there's many complications that come with it. And that's all about interpersonal relationships. Ultimately, that's where you're going to suffer. You're going to be this person's provider, this caregiver. But really, is that what your life has amalgamated to? Of course not. You are worth more than that. So do you save her or do you save yourself? It's up to you to make this choice. Okay, I hope that helps, Pete. Don't repeat. I really do. I really do. I know it's not a definite yes or no, but obviously I can't tell you what to do. This is your life. Obviously, I want you to be really happy. Louise M., you are hilarious. I talk to myself too in the mirror to get a decent convo. Actually, this is really good. You are probably talking to your inner child. And actually, the mirror exercise, this is a very good, useful psychological tool. And I do actually suggest this to some of my clients, to just talk, to say hi. How are you doing? To talk to your soul, to talk to your inner child. Is your inner child, you know, wants to hear from you. Thank you, World of Oz. I really hope that's helped. But I just follow your heart, okay? Follow your heart. So that is the dark bit over and done with. How are we doing for time, guys? Hold on. Okay. All right. So that's the dark bit over. There's more. It's not that bad going forward. Don't worry, Midnight Blue. It's good. Think out loud. It's important. It's important that you get your points of view across. It's good. Eric, bless you. My heart goes out to you. I'm a survivor and pro survivor tags. I wish I didn't have to put up with it again. Anushka can be trusted. Thank you. You won't need to go through it. How many empaths do you know personally right now? That's a really good question, Charlotte. I would say I probably know about 4 or 5 right now. And sleepy as well, ADHD. That's wonderful, Dario. I'll give myself a high five in the mirror each day. Yes, amazing. This is good. Hot Tiger, what does he get from the Madonna? Do you know what it is? It's with the Madonna, it's more about Pete, don't repeat. Thank you so much. Thank you for explaining the way you did. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. What does he get from the Madonna? Okay, so the Madonna is the replacement of the mother. Okay, that's what it is when you put that person on the pedestal and you worship them. Think about it like in religious terms, what Madonna is someone that you worship, you pray to her. So you know, she's very sacred. She's someone who you pray to basically get your wishes heard, that sort of thing. So the Madonna is the ultimate representation of what a mother should be. She's the mother archetype, right? So that's what the narcissist does. Everything is done to extreme. There's no in between. It's either this way or that way, and there is no in between. So that's why. Okay, so that's why they are like over the top with their mothers, or the females are very over top with their fathers. But with their fathers, like I said before, it's more about punishment and getting away, and yeah, it's about punishing males. It's like they become very promiscuous. So it's like when they sleep with a lot of males, for them, it's them getting their power. They feel desired, sexually desired by a male. That's how they understand love. And I'm talking about female narcissists. That's why they sleep with a lot of men. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about the porn stuff. I nearly forgot about the best bit. Okay, so another part to this is narcissists don't actually like sex, believe it or not. A lot of them are asexual. Oh my God. In-betweeners. That film, those plonkers. Oh my God, those guys are they don't make that anymore, do they, Paddy? The in-betweeners. I call my brother-in-law and his workmates the in-betweeners because they actually are. They're the representation of it. And we were around there on the weekend. And that's exactly what I called him. You're such an in-betweener, Shane. Yeah, there's no mood stability with them. Always have upset drama, screaming and yelling. Yeah, mine. You got closure, Ruth. Amazing. Okay, so narcissists don't actually like sex, and that is a true statement. They don't. Okay, many of you would think, but hold on, Anushka. These lot have like literally so many other people, like female narcissists. They're like they have a lot of males that they sleep with, and then you've got the male narcissists who have a lot of women like circling around them, but they don't actually like sex. So you see, what actually is happening here is this person is getting validation from another person. That's really what is happening. You're getting attention. It's the build up to the actual thing that they are wanting. Okay. They don't enjoy anything intimate because it means that you've got to go deeper. You've actually got to feel. Narcissists not going to do that. They're not going to be vulnerable. They don't want to be vulnerable, do they? So they don't actually enjoy it. They don't want to do it, which is why porn is a wonderful part to the puzzle. Because if you can satisfy yourself, then you don't need to do that to another person, right? Because it's only you that you've got to think about, and it's there on the screen or on your phone, right? I'm trying to say this as politically correctly as I can. Okay. So narcissists will prefer porn because they don't have to care about somebody else's needs. Are they satisfying their partner or that person that they are with? It's about them wanting it more. And I think someone asked why narcissists look at themselves in the mirror when they are actually having sex. That's exactly it. Because they are detached. They are detached from the actual act. They don't feel. Yeah, sure, physiologically, they're feeling it in their body. And yes, they are people, they are human beings who have a desire. They have desire and needs, but it's not as strong as ours. They could happily live off porn for the rest of their life, but they won't, because they need another person to be able to stimulate them, to give them validation, to give them attention. This is all about the attachment disorder. Okay. And so when you're not connected, when you're not feeling, you're not going to enjoy it. So it's more about remember, it's transactional. What can you do for me? That's what's happening. So it's the build up, it's the stimulation before it actually happens, even before the two people are together, the narcissist and the victim are together. It's that build up. That's what they love. That's the excitement. The actual act is not what they favor. They don't want that. And that, I can say, that is like actually for maybe 85% of narcissists, because what we're talking about, thanks, Hot Tiger. What we're talking about is the attachment disorder. When you're not connected, you just can't feel. You don't in all aspects. You're just surviving. You are just surviving in this life. Okay. You don't feel because you don't want to. You don't even trust your body. And remember what I was saying. A lot of them have had very early sexual encounters as children. So then think about it. Do you think that they're really going to want to do that when they know that their body has let them down, when they feel so awful, they didn't understand what was going on, what was happening? They're not going to like that. They're not going to like sex. Remember, sex is psychological as well. It's very emotionally linked. Okay, and a lot of how we feel about ourselves is expressed through sex. So if they are barren, they don't feel anything, they're not connected to themselves, that's all going to come out in the act of intimacy, right? Think about it. Yeah, sleepy, bless you. Yeah, it's the detachment, isn't it? So this is why it's very easy for them then to use it as a tool to be able to control you. Think about it. Like, if you don't do something that they want you to do, let's just remove that. They know that this is something that is going to get to you, that's going to drive you crazy, because it is something that you need. It is a human need, like food, like drinking water, right? Like whatever other needs you have. But, you know, it's actually a primal need. It is something that we are programmed or predisposed to do. So when you take away something like that, do you know, and they do this with food. I want to do a video actually in the next coming weeks about how narcissists use food to control you. Because this is another thing. It is a primal need to be able to want to eat, to have sex, feel love. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. This is very, very important for you to remember. This is about the attachment disorder. When you're detached, it shows up in many areas of your life. Yes, thank you, Midnight Blue. You're absolutely right. Intimacy requires honesty too, and connection. And since when do they do that? Since when are they ever going to do that? So that's why a lot of them prefer porn, because it's something that they do one-to-one with themselves. They don't require anybody else, yet they do have needs. You're right, Daryl. Sex is nothing without intimacy. It's emotionless to them. Is that what it said? Meat on meat. I know that's really graphic, sorry. Yeah, food is a big deal, yes. They use it to take away or overfeed. I will do a video on this because I think, yeah, you're right, Charlotte. Food is weaponized. I will do a video on this because this has been in my thoughts to do that. I think I did one like 2 or 3 years ago. But I do want to revisit this subject because I think it is really important how our needs, our primary needs, are used against us. I think it's really awful. And this is how you control someone. This is how you get them to live in a fear-based mentality. You're then vulnerable. You're then vulnerable and you feel weak and you don't feel in control, which again makes it easier for someone to control you. Aphrodite. I didn't see any of your questions before. Sorry, can you put them up on the screen? I'll look out for them. So Annie says, do you think when you discard them for cheating, they worry that you'll make up for the lack of intimacy they showed you? Can their egos handle that? They don't worry. Annie, they don't worry at all. They don't. Yeah, you're right, Yang. I think that since porn started being more and more famous and easily accessible, more people started coming out with weird kinks. And this is what I'm saying, that sex is very psychological. And people do it all of these childhood traumas, things that weren't actualized. This all comes out in these actual sexual kinks, you know? All of this submissive power stuff, you know, the S&M stuff. This is all about power, isn't it? To be tied up, to not be able to have movement of your body so your body doesn't respond in the way that it should. It's all about power. I'm not going to go into the different kinks, but it's it does play out. Yes, it's empty, KN11. And this is why porn is the preferred way of satisfying oneself. You don't need anybody else. Joshua, put it up on the screen. What question did you ask? I'm sorry, the chat goes and I can't see it always. You can, I think you can, there is like super chat or something if you put it on that. Try to control your sleep. Okay, Aphrodite says, my ex married a mail order bride, 13 years younger, 2 years ago, started a family and have been pursuing me for sex, intimacy. Why? So that's all about validation, Aphrodite. That's all about him wanting validation from you. So you have to remember that he sees that he can get that from you. So you need to be clever about this and not allow him to even have any access to you. But of course, it's like I said before, I can't tell you what to do, but he is not going to leave his wife for you. Whatever he is saying to you, it's more about him getting your attention. There's something about you that he wants. Yes, Greg, it is hopeless to expect closure from a narcissist. You're not going to get it. You have to get your own. Amber says, do narcissists typically have avoidant attachment styles? 100% yes. And also very disorganized ones as well. Ambivalent attachment styles, yeah. Good one, Scott Oz. You're welcome, Midnight Blue. So you see, this is how, when you don't have a connection to yourself, how it can ruin relationships. Can you see that not having a stable sense of self, not having a stable sense of self, not knowing who you are, pretending to be someone else all the time in this relationship, removing intimacy, having an attachment disorder. This is the result of that. This is the result of this. But you see, this all comes from a traumatized childhood. So whilst I'm saying, yeah, it's really bad what they do, but that's where the behavior, that's where this all has started from. And you see, they don't see it at all. They don't recognize it. They don't understand that this is what is going on for them. They don't get and they don't understand why. Yet it is a need that needs to be satisfied. It is a sexual desire of theirs. Okay? The sexual desire isn't to have anybody else or whatever. They want the attention and the validation. They want to be noticed. You see, these are people who weren't allowed to be themselves, who, it's like I said, they rejected themselves from childhood. And they weren't allowed to develop a sense of self. They weren't able to explore who they are. They weren't provided that place and that space by their parents. So really, narcissism is a product of toxic parenthood, to really be honest. It's where the parents have got it wrong. And this child has never been able to be themselves. And so can you see how this plays out within the bedroom? Sex, like I keep saying, this is about a connection to yourself. It's all about confidence, self-esteem, self-worth. Okay? That's what sex really is about. And it's an expression of you, how you feel about yourself, about the other person. So when this becomes dysfunctional, can you see how it affects you, how it affects the way that you are, how you view yourself? And can you see how important that is in your identity? We are sexual beings. That's what we are here for on this earth. It is to procreate. Okay? But I think in this society, sex has become narcissistic, detached. It has actually become not what it's actually meant to be. What it really, does any of you know what sex actually stands for? Does anyone know? Can they put that in the chat? Does anyone know what SEX stands for? Sex is something more, how do I put this in another word? Sacred. Not the way that we view it. Not the way that we are taught in school or taught about it. How people become sexualized. Sex stands for sacred energy exchange. That's what it stands for. So when you're having sex with someone, your energy, your aura blends with that person. So all of the trauma, all of the energy, or the negative, positive from that person blends in with your auric field. So all of their traumas, all of that negativity you're picking up. So think about it. In a narcissistic relationship, you're picking up the narcissist's trauma, all of that pain, all of that negativity, all that negative energy that exists within them. Energy vampires, yes, you're right, Scott. All of that blends with that person. It's almost as though we become addicted at first, right? Yes, it's a soul tie. You're absolutely right. Yes, you guys are getting it. You guys are getting it. Yes, these are the soul ties. Karmic partners. It's the karma that you're paying off. Okay? So think about that. If you are someone who has got more than one person on the go, just have a think about that, because you're soul tying yourself to that person. Every person that we sleep with, there is a energetic tie to that person, and that lasts for a lifetime. Again, this is something that we are not taught in childhood, something that is not explained. The more people that you sleep with, actually, the more bad energy, not bad energy, but the more that you become, your energy becomes weakened, your auric field becomes weakened. This is why it is always said in a lot of religions, and not that I follow a particular religion, but this is why as a human being, we're always created just with one other person. We don't need 6 or 7 people. We don't need that many people on the go, or like 2, 3. That's not what we're made. That's not what we are about. That's not what we was created. It's just that one other person, that companionship. And that's the person that you share your life with, you know, your energy with, and your soul with. So you see, with this sacred energetic exchange, you're taking on that person's auric field and energy. You're soul tying yourself to that person. And this energetic cord exists for life. I know for a lot of you, this might not mean anything, or it's quite difficult to understand, but there is a spiritual part to this that, again, is not really talked about. And in society, this is used as a weapon actually against us. They do, Charlotte. They do prefer 6 to 7 people in the same pile. It's true. But you see, when someone continues to cheat, or when somebody has like 2, 3, 4, 5 people on the go, what that's showing is that person is not connected to themselves, because they need more people to validate them, to feel good about themselves. It's like what I said, you actually only need another person. You don't need 2 or 3 on the go. So this is more of a representation of yourself, really, of that person, isn't it? They are showing themselves up. So even though you were cheated on, even though you may have felt at the time when the narcissist was doing this to you that you're not good enough, that they have chosen this other person over you, and yeah, it burns. Oh yes, it burns when you find out someone cheats on you. Twin flames are another word for trauma bonding. Twin flames are another word for trauma. They're not necessarily, Scott. I don't know. I disagree with that. True twin flames are not trauma bonding. And they do, I feel like they do exist. Yes, it does, Daryl. I agree. Multiple partners makes the heart grow cold. I agree. It's true. You know, you just need that one other person. No more than that. Yeah, that's right. Everything an empath needs to sustain life is weaponized against them. Scotty, how do we break the soul connection? How do we cut the cords? Okay. So, all right. So cutting cords to soul ties and things like that. I know that you can do this, and this can happen. It really depends if the karma has been played out. I don't know too much to go into it, but it really depends if your contract has been up, if that makes sense. It depends if the karma has been spent. There are people out there who do this, but again, I would really be careful who you go to. Obviously, I don't want you to get scammed or anything like that, but There are ways of doing this. There are ways of purging this, and there are ways of cutting energetic cords. A lot of this can be done yourself through like different practices. But again, I don't want to advise because I don't want to give the wrong advice. This would require you to do some more research on this. But the reason why I mentioned it is because I just wanted to bring to attention of actually what sex is and the way that the narcissist makes us feel about ourselves, and actually the true meaning, the true essence of the sacred act of sex. It's not just for procreation. It opens up so much. The Kundalini awakening. There's also, there's the Kundalini awakening, where it's the energy that travels up your spine into your head, into your pineal glands, which causes spiritual awakening. There's so much in this. But you see, with a narcissist at the beginning, we feel this strong bond. We feel this strong connection to this person. That's not what's happening here. It's all a lie. Paddy, I don't know what the salt years are. I'm not sure about that. Joshua, how do I get closure? You're not going to be able to get closure from a narcissist. How is everyone feeling? Because I know like what we've talked about has been like, we've gone from all sorts of subjects, and we've talked about the dark stuff. Now we've talked about this stuff. I know it's been a bit of a roller coaster. There's so much more to this, like on a spiritual level, and the spiritual meaning to this, on a psychological level, to the emotional part of it. There's a lot to it. And once you understand, once you get to grips with this and really understand that actually you are energetic beings, okay? I wonder if a true shaman can undo that karmic bond, Anushka. Yes, if you get like a shaman, 100%. You've got to trust, you've got to do your research, because there is a lot of fakes out there. So I would say really go to someone that you trust, Zoe, for sure, definitely. Eric, how is Alfie? Oh, he's coming over tomorrow. My parents are bringing him. I haven't seen him since the weekend, actually. So I bought him. Oh gosh, I bought him. I went to the pet store today and I got him some new balls. This one where you kind of swing it and you throw it, and when it hits the floor, it lights up. He'll go crazy. He will love it. And I bought him a new ball. He loves balls and sticks. No pun intended there, guys, please. No pun intended. He likes those toys. That's him. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him tomorrow. This is a really good point, K and 11. If you weren't so special, they wouldn't be stealing our energy. And this is the point that I was going to make. All right. Why do you think they come for you? Why specifically you? Think about it. Okay, think about it. Why they come for you? They see you. All right. They see your light. They see what you're like. You're different. Did you? Oh my gosh. Yes. Was that the one that I heard in the background, Yang? I think so. But listen, he's happy. Just let him have it. Okay. That's what you got to think about. Why you think they come for you. They are predatory. All right. They look out for specific qualities that you have. You see, the thing is, you don't see those qualities that you have. They do. And this is why they have such a strong grip on you. Have any of you realized why it is only them that you have trauma bonds to, why it is only them that it is so hard to let go of. The sexual chemistry right at the beginning is off the scale. This is all about to hook you in. That's what is going on here. And you have to understand, why is this? Why is just only them? Like you know, a lot of my clients have always said to me like, oh, Anushka, I don't think I'll ever find anyone like them, because they're, you know, no one's going to be able to fulfill me or feel like that energetically with another person. Why do you think that is, my friends? It's your energy. Okay, these are karmic partners. All right, this is something, okay, that you have to understand, that a narcissist was in your life not only just because they were there, you know, to ruin your lives and to take so much from you, which a lot of you know, have experienced this, but actually you've got to realize that they have come into your life, okay, caused so much trauma, opened you up emotionally. Okay, they have tried to ruin you psychologically, but there is a deeper meaning. How did you know that, Midnight Blue? How did you know that? Can you tell that I am? Yes, I am. Yes. Bless you. That's right, Teddy. You do start 100 and then go to 0. All right. So they come into your life to cause this trauma, to open you up so that you can rebuild yourself. Can you see that all of this is actually done for you? Do they really, Charlotte? I did not know that. No. Yay. Thank you guys for 200 likes. Thank you so much to every single one of you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. So they come in. So this is your opportunity to build yourself up. I mean, what else are you going to do? Sit there and worry and cry and be upset. Taking up your time. Thinking back into the past that you can't get back. This is more about you going forward in your life. Okay. How are you going to make your life happen? Because you only actually get one. You're never going to see today again. Like, we are never going to see Tuesday the 12th of September 2023 again. This day's never going to come back, ever. It's done. Tomorrow is another day. Isn't it? Tomorrow is the 13th of September. And so on and so on. So this is about you really understanding your purpose here. Thank you, Oxford. Okay. So this is about you rising up, about you leveling up. What are you going to do? Stay in the same position that you are? Keep trapped? Being trapped in this situation emotionally? Yeah, I know what they did was really bad. Yeah, I know that they took so much. But what are you going to do? What's the alternative? Sit in this? And feel sad? You got to rise up. You got to level up. You have to have a growth mindset in this life. Are you going to sink or are you going to swim in this life? Because honestly, this life isn't easy. But it doesn't have to be like that all the time. Put the work in now and reap the rewards later. Just learn from what you should have done, or what should have happened, whether that's boundaries, whether you should have had more self-worth, thought of yourself, loved yourself a bit more, stuck up for yourself. And learn this and move forward, because we all have a choice. It's all about perspective, my friends. It's all about choices and perspective in this life. You can be so much more. You can get to so many different levels, to the different places where you want to be. But instead, what they're doing is they're hindering your process and keeping your healing, and they're keeping you stuck. thinking that you can't do something or you can't move forward from something. That's the prison. That's the prison that your mind is stuck in. Because remember, it's your mind that controls everything. So you need to be able to control your mind, to control your emotions, and understand that actually you can move forward from this. You don't need to allow this person to take any more of your time, to keep you stuck in victim mode, in victim mentality. So what that they've said those things? You're really going to take on the opinion of a narcissist? You're really going to believe what they said? When they've lied to you how many times? They've betrayed you how many times? You're going to believe them? You need to stick up for you, because no one's going to do it for you. You need to make this life happen. I'm sorry I'm being harsh, but I'm saying this because I want you guys to rise up, to understand that actually this life has more meaning to this, okay, that maybe you're not realizing right now. But this person came into your life for a reason. There is no accident. Okay, the people that you have around you right now is no accident. These people are in your life for a reason. Maybe you have manifested these people in, not the narcissist. I'm not talking about the narcissist, but people around you right now. Look, evaluate your friendships, your relationships, maybe even family members. Do they make you feel good? Do they help you elevate who you are? Do you need to spend the amount of time that you do with these people? Or do you need to start thinking about you and spending more time on you? Okay? Because you only have one life. We all know how short it is. Sometimes people are in our lives for a small amount of time, and that's fine. That's what the narcissist was there for. They weren't going to be in your life forever. Goodness, can you imagine? What do you think the result of that would have been? Someone's got to die, someone's got to live. And you chose life because you got away. I know it burns you right now. I know it's hurtful what they've done, realizing, trying to move forward from this. There's no such thing as coincidence, Charlotte. There's no way. Everything is orchestrated. There's always a reason for something. There's always a reason that these people come into your life, and it's orchestrated that way. But again, remember, you have choices. P48, hello. Yeah, the future faking, the future that never exists. They know it doesn't. On a huge level, they know that you're not going to be in their lives forever, because geez, like, how can you deal with this type of relationship for the rest of your life? You can't, because it's just so intense and so damaging. Their whole world is all about lies. It's all about creating this illusion. It's all about telling you what you want to hear. And the attachment disorder that they have is about the disconnection that they have to themselves, which is, again, it explains so much, which is why I talk about it so much, in my videos, because when you're not attached to anything, when you're not attached to yourself, you do not feel your emotions, which is why for a lot of you, I've seen in the comments have been saying that, oh, it felt like a full-time job, or I didn't feel anything, or it didn't feel right. You see, it's very strange how they are able to turn it on and off, because right at the beginning of the relationship, I know that for a lot of you, this would have been like amazing. This would have felt like the most amazing partner that you would have had sexually, right? And this is what, drew you to this person. This is what it almost like it becomes an addiction to this person. And what it does do is it evokes certain chemical reactions within us, in particular, oxytocin. Okay. And this is something that is released when we have a lot of, I can never say this word, endorphins and I know the long spelling of it, neurophins, something like that. It's basically that. I hope that there's no brain surgeons or chemists. If there are, please correct me. I hope you guys know what I mean. So there's a lot of that is happening within us chemically, but this is also hormonally as well. And so this is what actually creates this chemical bond. This actually happens within the trauma bond as well, where you have certain hormones or chemical reactions within our brain that happen that causes us to feel like this, causes this addiction, because what we do is we associate pleasure and pain. All right. So we associate pleasure with a certain thing and pain with another. It's I can't say it. I hope you know what I mean. Yes, Oxford. Yes. Norepinephrine. Yes. Oxford, bless you, my dear. Thank you. That's it. That's exactly norepinephrine. Again, I can't say it, but yes, that's it. That's the chemical that is released. And so what happens, we are programmed for pleasure and pain principle. We're always trying to avoid pain, and we are always steered towards experiencing as much pleasure as we can. So this then works in this aspect. So if this person is giving us a lot of pleasure, we then bond to that person. We have a particular bond, or we have a particular addiction. Like, for example, like you like a certain foods. Like, for example, when you feel good, when you feel happy, you may crave sweet foods. So it might be like cakes, chocolates, sweets, for example. The reason for that is when you were a child and you went to birthday parties or there was a celebration, everyone would bring, you've got the birthday cake, there would have been chocolate, there would have been sweets and things like that. So your brain then associates pleasure with sweets. So for example, every time there's a birthday, there's something to celebrate, there's the cake. Or when you want to congratulate someone, you buy a present, or you want to be nice and sweet to someone, or someone may be in hospital, what you bring them? Chocolates. So that's what we associate certain things to. So if you are someone that wants to make yourself feel good, you're going to eat more of those foods, for example, or you may engage in certain activities that makes you feel better. Oh yes, P48, chocolate chip cookies with chocolate milk. Now there's a thought for sure. Yeah. So you then, if you have too much of that, then that causes an addiction, right? So it's the same thing. You associate something with the pleasure principle, and you continue to do it, which is what the narcissist does to you. They make this, think about it, at the beginning, you meet them, they're so lovely, they're so nice, they are your soulmate, they make you feel so good. You then start to form a little bond with them, and then they carry on, and then they tell you all the things that you want to hear, and then they make you feel good, and then they take you on dates, and they might buy you a present, they put you on a pedestal, and they make you feel so happy and so good. And you see, it's too late then, because then you're addicted to them, right? That's it. It's done. And that's how the trauma bond is formed. Because then when they give you pain, so you got the pain and the pleasure, they give you the pain, you're like, no. They'll give me that pleasure bit. It's not always going to be about pain. And this works very much in, like any type of thing, in life that we look at. Like, for example, I'm sure a lot of you know about the Pavlov dogs example, for example, I don't know. Pavlov's dogs, how they were conditioned. If they wanted food, there was a bell that rang. This is one of the oldest psychological experiments. I'm sure you guys know. And so you see that's what I'm talking about. The pain and pleasure principle. It's something that exists within us. It's already predisposed. So when somebody that you trust, someone that you love, someone that you feel vulnerable with, you see, this is exactly the thing that I'm talking about. You're always looking for the pleasure, regardless of what the narcissist has done to you. You make excuses for them. And you're right, Nessa, thank you. I was just about to say that intermittent reinforcement. You give a little bit, but then you take it back. So you keep that person hooked to you. It's the same principle with sex. Okay? They give you the most amazing sex of your life right at the beginning. Think about it, right at the beginning. And it feels so good. You're never thinking that you're going to leave, right? And then they take it away from you. There's the pain. And you're like, but hold on a minute, like, hello, why? They make up excuses. They make you feel like you're the problem. You then try to change who you are. Remember what I was saying? They know, they see you. But you don't believe in you enough to trust you. But you know what? You will now. Because at the time you don't. So this is manipulation. You see, the narcissist, all right, the narcissist is not that clever that they're understanding psychological terminology, that the pain and pleasure principle, like this and this is happening. It's not about that. This is something that's inborn within them. This is something that was used against them in childhood. This is why they know about this. You give a little bit, but you take it all back. Because then that's how you make someone become hooked on you. This is how you get someone to bond to you. Yeah? This is why it's called trauma bond. You give a little bit, there's the hook. That person's already hooked on you. Then you pull back. That is manipulation. That is orchestrated. That they are aware of what they are doing. Their parents did that to them. That's why they are aware of it. That's why this works for them. That's why they use your primal needs against you, like food, sex, water, what else? Shelter. They use that all against you. And if you have children with a narcissist, they will use your children against you. It's anything to make you suffer, because this is what they had felt. This is what they had experienced as children. They were made to emotionally suffer. And so they repeat this on their partners, on their own children. They make this person feel not good enough. The thing is, you feel like this narcissist has got this inflated ego, this confidence. They don't. They're only feeling good because they are able to control you. That's what makes them feel powerful. That's why they are doing this. Remember, their parents did it to them. They felt powerless. This is why this displacement of love is happening. This is why they are constantly looking for their mother, a mother replacement or a father figure to guide them. They don't have this. They are lost. They are lost human beings without an identity. A narcissist is like all the people that they have had in their lives, like all the partners that they've had in their life. They are little bits of that person. Who are they really? They don't have a true identity. Okay, so when we look at sex, again, it's a primal need that is used against you. And yes, they are insecure, but they make you feel insecure because that is what gives them power. That is why they feel good, because they made you feel sad. They love the fact that you were crying on the floor. They love the fact when they told you they slept with someone else. They love the fact that they made you hurt. Because what that does is that breaks your heart just that little bit more, because their heart is broken. So what they're doing is they're initiating this pain onto you because it makes them feel powerful. That is manipulation. That is evil. So I know that a lot of you would have experienced it, but I hope that me saying it like this, I know, Scott Oz, I wanted a soulmate, not a degree in psychology. Yeah, tell me about it. It's true. We could all do a seminar on narcissism and personality disorders. We've had to learn about this, didn't we, guys? Like, we had to learn what it was. I know that my journey was a little bit different because I already was in psychology. I was doing, at the time, I think I was doing my master's in clinical psychology. And it was funny. We did like a whole module on like personality disorders, but it's like what I said before, you know, what you learn at school, what I learned in my clinical psychology masters and then in my doctorate, what they write in the textbooks is never what really happens in real life. It's like completely different, you know? No, they're never going to change, Daryl, for sure. And it is about you taking your own power back. Like, are you going to let someone play with you like that? Pleasure, pain, pain, pleasure. You become addicted. They stick their hooks into you. This is why for a lot of us, it is so hard to break free. It's so hard for us to actually leave this person because we feel so bonded to, you know, like to this person. Like we become addicted because that's what the trauma bond is. It's the addiction. It's that pleasure pain principle. But remember, this is conditioning. This is behavioral. This can be changed. This is why a lot of us have recovered from our trauma bonds. Think about it. A lot of us have got through this. So recovery is possible. First of all, what I always say is knowledge is power. You've got to learn about this. You've got to know what is going on with you, like what has happened, okay, who they are, what has happened. It's then that you make sense of actually what is going on. And it is at that point then, once you understand, once you make the links, once you get it, because it takes time to understand this stuff. It's like what I was saying to you, Madonna whore complex. I mean, really? That is the most weirdest thing I think I have ever come across, ever. Even weirder than the spiders in my bath that I had the other week. But this, the Madonna whore complex, I mean, seriously, this stuff really exists? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And it explains a lot. Yeah, it does. So once you understand it, once you come to terms with this, this is what is going to make you stronger. This is what is going to make you go forward. You can't stay stuck. Can't keep going back. I mean, for what? For more of this circus? That's right, KN11. Silence is power. It's about getting your own power back. What are you going to do? Keep giving it away for free? It's like giving someone access to your bank account and they're like taking your money. You don't do that. You've got it all protected. So why are you not protecting yourself? Ruth, the discard is supposed to hurt you. Yeah, it's supposed to bring you down because remember, it's a punishment. And what they're trying to do is condition you into submission. That's what it is. It's a punishment. Okay. And Ruth, even though they discard you, they'll be back. They'll be back. Mark my words. They will be back. Oh, Charlotte. Yes. Pleasure Principle, Janet Jackson's song. Yeah. Listen to that song and it explains the whole thing. That's exactly it. You're right, Daryl. Thank you so much. That's a really kind comment. You're very welcome. And that's what I'm saying. When you learn about why this is happening, this will give you greater like understanding and knowledge that actually, do you know what? You can move forward from this. You know, this is about you educating yourself, you becoming stronger, like you knowing what is going on. Come on, this is your experience. This is what's happened to you. Of course you want to know, you know, what's going on, why they picked you, you know, why you have had to go through this. So this is about you growing stronger, leveling up. Drove me absolutely insane. Yeah. Yeah, the text messages is like coward's way out, isn't it, Scott? Mr. RC52, when they discard you, it's a favor they are doing. I agree with that statement. Yeah. But at the time, obviously, we're not seeing it as a favor, but actually, it is a huge favor that they're actually getting rid of you, for sure. Yes, it did, Charlotte. I know we have been all like, we have talked about so much today, and I know like it's coming up to time, isn't it? What's the time? Yes, still got a bit of time though. But I know that what we have talked about in this live has probably been a little bit more strange than what we've talked about like in other ones. You know, there's so much to this topic. And I will talk about it again in the future, in the near future, because I know that this is one of the most kind of stranger phenomenons that exists. Thank you so much, Oxford. Thank you. I've learned that I have a choice to make a good day. Bless you, my dear. Bless you. Sending you a big hug. You do. And that's what it is in our lives. We do have choices. And it is all about perspective. It's about how you want to see this. Do you want to see yourself as a victim? Right? Thank you, Charlotte. Do you want to see yourself as a victim? You want to stay small? You want to play your life small? You want to go out like that? Do you? Or are you going to make the choice to become something more? To be something more? To be who you've always wanted to be? You've got to get that strength, that resilience back within you. Okay? You're not a victim. Can't stay in that mentality. You've got to move forward from this. Learn from this and move forward. There's still life to be led. You know, you got to live your life. You don't survive. You don't stay stuck in this. Yeah, the trauma bond, it's like what I said. It's the pleasure pain principle. It's just conditioning of behavior. You will get through it. Okay, a lot of people on this live, okay, and that are in the comments have been through trauma bonds and have moved forward from this. So if you are going through it right now, you will get through it. I promise you, it is curable. I promise you, it is curable. You will get through. Just don't stop working on yourself. Keep going forward. Are you doing the practices? Are you calming your nervous system? You know, your adrenal system. Are you looking after it? Are you getting the right nutrients? What the hell are you eating, guys? Are you eating, alkaline-based foods? Greens? Yeah? What else? Omega-3. Daryl. Oh my God. Bless. Thank you, Daryl. You're amazing. And I really, really appreciate for your really kind donations today. Thank you, Daryl. I'm it's really, really kind of you. And I really, really appreciate it. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. KN11, instead of drinking energy drinks, please just think about the chemicals that are in those energy drinks. Please think about other alternatives. Don't drink those. They're full of bloody sugar. Okay, think about maybe smoothies, but make them yourself. Don't buy the shop bought ones because it's got loads of sugar, and sugar turns into glycogen, which then sits on our stomachs. Okay, I'm not telling you off. Of course, you can do what you want, but just have a think about it. Look at the ingredients on that can when you next drink it. Amazing. Yes. That's good, Yang. Yes, the omega-3s really helps. And the alkaline water, yeah, pH balance of 8 and above. That's spring water. That is all natural. This really, really helps with our nervous system. When we alkalize our system, this is all about bringing, because when we have stress, when we have trauma, when our nervous system, is shattered, our body then becomes more acidic. And acidity leads to dis-ease. Okay, this is something you guys got to be aware of. And guys, if you're going to keep going, thinking that you're, stuck in this trauma bond, you're thinking you're a victim. This is all bringing up chemical reactions within your body. Think about it like when you're suffering anxiety, your stomach. I know I get it. When I've got anxiety, I can't eat. Okay, so then think about all chemically what is going on. Okay. think about what is going. Thank you, Jerry, for joining the journal prompts. There's new ones coming out every Monday. Think about what's going on for you chemically within your body. Okay, so you need to be able to alkalize your system. This is how you heal. Make sure that you are sleeping. If you're not sleeping because you're traumatized, or maybe you're having nightmares about what's happened, this is a very normal reaction to trauma. So don't be annoyed with yourselves. For those of you who are going through, don't be annoyed. Just be kind to yourself and go, okay, that's fine. And maybe do naps. I am a serial napper. I napped today. I did for half an hour. It's always 20 to 30 minutes. I always have to have a nap. So do this. There's nothing bad in that. This really helps to recharge your system. Get your bare feet into the ground, onto grass, onto sand. You know, you're getting the negative ions from the earth, which again really helps. Actually, it calms anxiety. You know, when we had, not today because it's been raining, but when we've been having the lovely weather here in the UK, in the garden, I was like, you know, bare feet. I actually like walking around bare feet. In the house, I'm walking around bare feet. When I'm in Greece, I walk around bare feet as much as I can. It's too cold here usually, but last week I did. But anyway, get your, you know, the negative ions from the earth. This really, really helps. And remember to keep your body more alkalized, okay? This is what is going to help you to heal. And sleep, okay? And earthing. Thank you, Oxford. That's exactly what it's called, earthing. And also another thing that will help to get trauma and cortisol out of your body. Did you guys see how my brain was working? I was thinking, oh, please don't let me forget that word, please. What did I say? Oh, no, it's not dopamine. It's cortisol. That's the word. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. The cortisol. Get the cortisol out of your body. Jerry, thank you so much. 5 years after being discarded after 30 years. But hard to get her out of my head sexually, as I kind of got hardwired into the bond. Jerry, I hope that you understand what we had talked about here. Okay. Jerry, remember that this is. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. What kind of vodka is that? Oh my gosh, you guys, you crack me up. Yes, so I don't know. What do you mean by what kind of vodka is that? The one that I'm not drinking. I haven't drunk anything. I don't actually like vodka. I'll tell you why I don't like vodka. When I was really young, I was about 16. Okay, and we'd gone to Poland because we'd gone to see my cousins and everyone over there. And I'll tell you this quickly, what happened. And he got me really drunk. This is the first time I ever had alcohol. He was so mean to me. You know what? He was like, Anushka, here, drink. You know, and the vodka over there is a lot stronger. I think I don't even know. I think I must have had something like 5 or 6 shots. But as a kid, I didn't know what I was doing. I was sick as a dog for 3 days. And you know what? He laughed it up with his friends. He was so mean. Oh, horrible cousin. And this is why I don't drink vodka. And this is why I'm a lightweight. I can't actually hold my alcohol. Anyway, so the cortisol. Right, you need to get this cortisol out of your body. It's a poison, okay? And what happens is this sticks to certain organs of yours that are weak. No, it's not funny, Eric. It's like, it's so bad. It was really bad. And my parents, oh my God, my parents had to come and collect me from my aunties. And it was really, my dad was so angry. He was like, Anushka, like, look at you. I was like, oh God, I don't know. It's his fault. He did this to me. Yes, Oxford, that's right. I do love my tea. Yes. I didn't, Charlotte. The War Lover. I don't know. I need to watch that film. Do I really look like her? Daphne Colwell. Yes, that's right. Vodka and rosemary in a jar for 6 months as a medicine. Just eye drop from the mix to the medicine. Yeah. My mum, do you know what? My mum used to make this from walnuts. So walnuts are actually ready. So when we had the house in Poland, we had walnuts in the garden And this was a summer house. I was born in the UK. So when we had the summer house over in Poland, my mum used to do exactly that. It was walnuts in vodka. And so when we had like a sore throat or we didn't feel good, apparently there's certain properties in it. And yeah, she used to just go, drink this, drink it, you will be better. So that's what we did. Thank you so much. Thank you, souls. Thank you. Thank you for this. I may have to follow up with a consultation. Oh, bless you. Thank you. I would love to hear from you. Yang, would you be able to put the, thank you. Thank you. You're already on it. Yang's on it tonight. Thank you. Juicing. Have you ever tried? Yes, juicing. This is another way to alkalize your system. Remember, when your body is alkalized, okay? Remember, when your body is alkalized, all right, your body is going to start cell repair. And also remember intermittent fasting. Okay, so if you fast, okay, Dil, if you're on here, help me out, because you were the one that was talking to me about this. So Dil, if you're still on the live, please put this in the comments, because your information was really valid. So when you do intermittent fasting, I think, what was you saying, Dil, that after 3 or 4 days of intermittent fasting, what happens is, sorry, I'm just laughing at the comments, is what happens is your body then goes into cell repair. Okay, so I think it's 3 or 4 days of intermittent fasting, and then on the 3rd or 4th day, that's when your body goes into cell repair. This has also helped with juicing, the alkalizing of your system. Remember, if you're sleeping as well, this is all really, really important to your healing. Things like Silogit. Have any of you heard that? This is, I think this is tree resin from the Himalayas. It's like this black tarry kind of goo. I've only taken it once and it tastes like I'm eating soil. But nevertheless, it is good stuff. And also sea moss as well, my friends. Sea moss is amazing. I ordered a jar and I don't know where it is. I think it's got lost in the post. But it's the sea moss from Barbados that is the best quality, or the Caribbean. I think that's the best quality sea moss. So if you can, for those of you that are in the States, I'm sure you were able to get this more readily available than us in the UK and maybe Europe. This is really important. It's got iodine in it as well, which and it's got, like, I think, is it 82 or 93 different minerals that are so important for our bodies. And from the mountains, that's it. Yes, because I'm not sure. Is it a resin? I know it comes from like the Himalayas. Yes, Silogit. Yes. It's expensive, guys, but if you can, I would suggest that you get it. It's got the minerals, it's got the fulvic acid in it that actually our soil doesn't have it. Yes, Dil, thank you so much. Yeah, Dil says 3 days is enough. Yes, on day 3, body goes into cell repair. It is good to do a 3-day water only fast once a quarter. Thank you so much, Dil. Yes, pink Himalayan sea salt, this is another one. Sea moss, yes. Anushka, do you think they picked us for the movie because she wasn't hot? Anushka, do you think they picked her for the movie because she wasn't hot? I have no idea, Charlotte. Dr. Grundy explains so much. Stay away from oats. Really? Oh, no. Do you know another person that I started getting into is Dr. Sebi as well. He talks about alkalizing the system. Oxford, keep on with that obsession with your nutrition, because this is going to save your lives, guys. Honestly, this is stuff that I have been, like, I didn't know hardly any of this stuff, but it's stuff that I am learning, that I'm kind of telling you guys, or getting you to realize this. Also, bone broth, beef, chicken. I know some of you are vegetarians, so I know that this is not going to work for everyone, but I know that bone broth also alkalizes the system. Also, apple cider vinegar, a shot of that with some water in the morning, can be a bit coarse if you put too much in. Yes, that's happened to me. Nearly was like actually sick. But yes, you're right, Louise. Nutrition is key. This is for you moving forward. First of all, let's get your mind under control, then your emotions, then start working on your body. This is really, really important. If those of you need to move about as well, because this is what helps get the cortisol out of your body. like jogging on the spot, doing star jumps on the spot. Get to the gym. You know what? I lift weights. For me, it's, you know what? I really enjoy it because for a long time I couldn't lift heavy weights. I probably can't now because I haven't been exercising for like the whole of summer. But as you work towards it, for me, it's a sense of achievement being able to lift. What can I lift? When I'm doing squats, I can lift on the bar like 30 kg. And I know some of you are going to laugh at me, but that's fine. I will get to more. And you know what? It's fine. And I can lift a bar above my head. I think it's like 10, 15 kg. But you know what? It's a start, guys. Victor, thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you so, so much. Simos from Belize is good. Okay, so there's that one I didn't know. Yes. You guys are laughing. I lift weights and I box and I eat whatever I want. Yeah, well, you're lucky. Oh, yes, Alien Woods. Tablespoon of olive oil in the morning. Greek olive oil. You're right. I need to get some when I go over next. Hikes in nature. Yeah, this is for calming of the body, of the system. Haha, Anushka went to the gym in crummy weather. Amazing. Yeah, I know. Good. I'm glad you do that. Louise. Yes, you can just eat, but eat the right foods. Of course you can. Highly sensitive nervous system notes. Yes, that's right. It's about, yes, colon cleansing. That girl's word. Do you all do? I haven't done it, and something I'm really ashamed of. I should really do. That's something that you need to do. Yeah. Is the colon cleanse. This is another thing that's really, really important. Yes. After a while, you see it clearly. Yeah, you do. Water fasting to lose weight. Better than nothing. This is the point. I don't mind losing these muscles built from toxicity anyways. Do you know what? This is what I was saying earlier. It doesn't matter what you lose now. You're going to move upwards, elevate you because you can do it. Each and every one of you can do it. How to cure depression. The last makes me so depressed. Okay, so this is GG 1 2 3 4. So first of all, this is about with depression. All right, it's to do with chemical imbalance within the brain. You'll be able to do so much yourself, and this is going to be about you conquering your thoughts, knowing that you are not your thoughts. This is about psychology first. And I know that there's certain foods that that can really help in regenerating that. Mushrooms. No, not magic mushrooms. I'm talking about things like lion's mane, reishi mushrooms. This is another thing that really helps cognitively. So I don't know. Oh, your name's gone up. So sorry, I forgot your name. Gigi, that's it. Gigi 1 2 3 4. Think about different mushrooms. Lion's mane and reishi. Okay, that's really, really good. And I can never say it again. Ashwanga herb. That also helps, I know, with cognitive cognition. As you can tell, I obviously can't speak anymore. Like my brain, yes, it's my it's getting tongue tied. So guys, I really hope I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I really hope that you have found this interesting. I know that this, maybe many of you had probably thought Hot Tiger, then I didn't know that it did. Your accent seems like you're from Kent. I'm not from Kent. Licking oyster shells for calcium. I don't think I'll be doing that, but Sarah, thank you, Oxford. Ashwagandha. Thank you, Oxford, having my back. Yes, so licking oyster shells, for those of you that are interested in that. Sarah, bless you, my dear. I probably wouldn't do that. Mix turmeric and black pepper, best for anti-cancer. Really? I didn't know. You guys are so clever. You didn't need me to tell you this. You guys know all of this. Come on, you got to put all of this into practice, guys, because you can heal your body. Okay? This is what you do. Oh, Sleepy. Okay, hold on. Sleepy wants to know what SEX stands for. Sacred Energy Exchange. Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you. Alkaline is a massive thing, and I'm an ex-cancer nurse. Okay, Louise. Thank you for saying that. Yes, alkalizing your body. That's it. Guys, remember, this is what is going to be important. Yes, Zoe, go and get a shaman. Definitely. Energetic cord cutting. Guys, I am so glad. I've got to just say, I have been like a little bit on tenterhooks at the beginning because I was thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen in this life? Is this going to be okay? Oh my gosh. No, guys, I've actually got to go. I've got to go sleep, honestly. And for Yang is like 2 hours ahead of me. So right now it's like 11:15. It's 1:15, and he's got work in the morning and he doesn't feel well. So yes, a big thank you to Yang. He's actually not well. So if we could just give him a thumbs up. If you put the emoji in the live chat. And he's done this because he's probably sniveling. He's not well. He's ill. I will, Charlotte. I will watch The War Lover. Oysters. Yeah, I know. Midnight, quite stubborn, eh? Yes, 1:14 here. I know. Yang, thank you so much. You're a trooper, honestly. I know you've not been well all day. Thank you, P48. 3 p.m. here. I am a London girl. Yes. Yang, the moderator, Sarah. Oh, Tracy, thank you. Yes, KN11, go and have a little nap. Oh, you're so welcome, Aphrodite. Thank you for joining. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Honestly, I appreciate all of you. I know we've done a bit of a longer live this week. And I just want to say thank you for all of your support and thank you for your patience with me, because I know last week was such a fail. I'm really so sorry about last week. I will release a video exactly on what we had talked about. Like, do they realize how much pain they cause? So I will do a video on this one, but thank you to all of you. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. And I will be back next Tuesday for another live stream. So thank you so much. Good night and have a lovely rest of the day for those of you. Bye-bye.